Hello, I'm Blake Johnson. You're watching 7's 4:30 News live from Perth. Coming up, a 73-year-old sailor swims to shore after capsizing in Perth's wild weather. Another set of conjoined twins born in Indonesia. And Shane Warne has his say on Mickey Arthur's sensational claims. A 73-year-old man was forced to swim for shore when his yacht hit a reef off Alkimos in last night's wild weather. The man's dog was swept overboard but has not been found. Samantha Jolly reports. Wild weather has lashed Perth and the south of the state overnight, causing damage and flooding and uprooting trees. Thousands of homes were left without power. Kate Smithers has the details. A jury has retired to consider the verdict in the case of a former school principal who's accused of setting fire to two schools in WA that he was in charge of. John Michael McHale is accused of burning down the Meekatharra School of the Air and its replacement school in Geraldton. It's alleged the 50-year-old was trying to destroy evidence he'd been stealing school money and property. And police are concerned for the welfare of a Swan View woman who is believed to be travelling with her 2-year-old son. 35-year-old Danielle Elizabeth Dumbrick is believed to be travelling from Kalgoorlie to Perth. She's described as being 168 centimetres tall, slim, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Sacked Australian cricket coach Mickey Arthur says he's extremely upset that details about his $4 million unfair dismissal claim have been made public. His explosive allegations about players, including captain Michael Clarke, are overshadowing the second Ashes test starting in London tomorrow. The Navy has defended its decision not to unload an asylum seeker boat before it sank, killing at least 4 people. The latest tragedy has reignited the bitter political debate about how to stop the record flow of arrivals. 3 bouncers have been fined but avoided jail over a vicious brawl at Melbourne's Crown Casino. Coming up after the break on 7's 4:30 News, a leaking helmet forces NASA to abort a spacewalk. And authorities reveal the details of how Glee star Corey Monteith died.
Horses on the front line, helping WA police keep our streets safe. Tonight on 7 News, meet the new recruit.
He's just about ready to go out on patrol.
And see what it takes to make the grade.
His training is very intensive.
Look forward, Horses on the beat. A special report tonight on 7 News.
Canadian authorities have revealed how Glee star Corey Monteith died. The 31-year-old was found dead in his Vancouver hotel room on Sunday. US correspondent Angela Cox has the details. NASA has had to abort a spacewalk after liquid started to flood an astronaut's helmet. Italian Luca Parmitano was less than an hour into a planned 6-hour job on the International Space Station when the emergency unfolded. The spacewalk was cancelled as crewmates rushed to take off the astronaut's helmet. It's thought the liquid may have come from the spacesuit's cooling system. Now with a look at the stories on Today Tonight, here's Tina Altieri. Still to come on 7's 4:30 News, the mystery of the war medals found in a suburban letterbox. And Hugh Jackman walks the red carpet at his Wolverine premiere. Australia's Hugh Jackman has been ranked the 3rd highest paid actor in Hollywood, behind Robert Downey Jr. and Channing Tatum. Jackman banked an estimated $60 million in the past 12 months. He's just walked the red carpet in London at the UK premiere of his latest film, Wolverine. Emergency services are scouring bushland near Albany, searching for a missing 64-year-old man. Eliza Fussell has the latest from the GWN7 News Desk. Thanks, Eliza. A giant panda has given birth to 2 cubs in Atlanta, the first twin pandas born in the US since 1987. The zoo's released video from its enclosure. While pandas often give birth to twins in the wild, they're only able to raise one, leaving the other to perish. But in captivity, staff will rotate them between their mother Lunlun and an incubator. After the break on 7's 4:30 News, John Worsfold on what's really wrong with Nick Natanui, and I'll have the latest weather details.
Tonight's Sport and Weather Report is brought to you by ABC Blinds.
Nobody knows news like 7.
West Coast Eagles coach John Worsfold says a reoccurrence of a back injury suffered last season is behind Nick Natanui's recent struggles. Natanui has struggled with his fitness in recent weeks, but the coach says he's not far from being fully recovered.
No, he's got a bit of a stiff back that he tweaked against Adelaide. but his back's improving all the time. It's an ongoing thing throughout his whole career, managing that when he does tweak it.
Brad Haddon is adamant Australia's off-field dramas won't be a factor when the second Ashes test begins at Lord's tomorrow night. Mickey Arthur's $4 million compensation claim and revelations Michael Clarke branded Shane Watson a cancer on the team have stolen headlines.
It's not hard to come up for an Ashes campaign. This is as good as it gets. All the other stuff we can talk about is white noise.
And Haddon says his controversial video review dismissal that decided the first test was the correct call. This Saturday, it's Manchester United against the best of the A-League, which is live and exclusive on the 7 network. Today, the Red Devils showed they're not taking the All-Stars lightly, holding a secret training session before taking the rest of the day off. Champion defender Rio Ferdinand says Man United won't underestimate the All-Stars.
We expect a tough game. The Australian side national team's been improving, so we probably see that in this All-Star team as well.
And more on our exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand in 7 News at 6 and in Sunrise tomorrow morning. Tour de France leader Chris Froome has survived a scare in stage 16. The Englishman had to respond to a bold attack from Alberto Contador on the final descent. Contador crashed while rounding a bend, forcing Froome to take evasive action. Well, the storms cleared as the day went on, and we haven't had any rain in the gauge since 9 a.m. We got to 14.6 degrees this afternoon. Interstate tomorrow, showers in Adelaide, rain in Melbourne and Brisbane too. A foggy start in Canberra, fine and warm in Darwin. For Perth, the worst of the weather has well and truly passed, and it'll clear a fair bit tomorrow. A cold night ahead, down to 3, then warming to 16 during the day. Friday morning, a little bit of frost, and it looks like we've got a mostly fine weekend on the cards. And that is all from the 4:30 News team for today. Stay with us for the national news with Rebecca Madden. Bye for now.
Seven News, the pulse of Perth.